Been meaning to do this for a while. Wanted to show everyone my van. Everything you see I built, put together, fabricated. I got this van in 2020. It is a 2018 ProMaster high roof, 136-inch wheelbase. Got it for 18 grand with 67,000 miles, and I put about $7,000 into the interior, including the solar on the roof, and spent 193 hours putting all this together. Here we go. This is a new addition. Get this out of the way. So, top loading fridge, so the cold air doesn't all fall out every time you open it. Stay open hinge. This is just a cubby. I'm going to convert this into two drawers at some point, but right now you can also get into it this way. Sink and fruit basket. This sink used to be foot operated. I was working on this today. I just replaced the foot pump, which used to sit there. Yeah, I broke a hinge. Gotta fix that hinge. Anyway, replace that foot pump with a real pump that's under there. That's the gray water tank and some kitchen utensils, and this switch operates this pump. I could have gotten an on-demand pump, but I wanted my own switch to turn it on and off manually. Not connected yet, waiting on a filter because I cracked the other one over the winter. Water supply comes from that stainless steel tank. These are just some jugs that I use to transport water. This is a diesel tank, fuel tank. That goes down this fuel line under the van, and out this heater here. Put this heater on at the beginning of summer. Let me tell you, if there's a stressful day, it's drilling holes in the side of your van. So then I created these panels just to cover up the ugliness. Cord situation was a reactive design from when things started falling out, but I have a little stove and some kitchen situation. This is just miscellaneous, yeah. Ran some extra wire just in case I might need it. This is more blankety, bedroomy stuff. So yeah, I put this in so that I could watch on two screens when I'm working on my laptop. This is just an extra table that folds down. Very difficult to operate one-handed. Let's just, trust me, it folds down. This seat is where all the electrical lives. Turn on this light. So these are 3 200 amp hour batteries. You can charge from the alternator or solar, and have it fused out pretty well. Pretty safe system. 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter. Charge controller. Yeah, that monitor goes here. Plugs into the inverter, and then you get HDMI. Carbon monoxide alarm, never leave home without it. Battery monitor. These are Lossage batteries. I've not had any problems. They've been great. This rug going through the middle, just Costco rug, pretty cheap. And then into the garage. So these are down. I put these 3 hooks here so that my bass guitar nestles in right here really nicely. It doesn't jostle around when I drive. And I've had this all like together on some 4-wheel drive only roads, and it didn't shake loose. Just camping, hiking, food bin, more storage bins, shoe rack. I'll usually hang a rope up on this. This, I will usually hang my bike upside down on this. Road rescue kit. Jack, change a tire. My bed is about the footprint of a 2-person tent. Yes, one person has their head up under this. It's not a big deal because I'm solo all the time anyway. Other cabinet, medicine stuff. This handle to get in and out, this is screwed into a cross member. All these screws here are also. So then the ceiling is 1-inch pink foam with this felt glued on top on one side and then Reflectix glued on the other side. So there's a good solid amount of insulation throughout. Behind these panels, anywhere you see a panel like this, there is Reflectix and then this material, this like recycled cotton or recycled denim, which is really, really solid insulation. Then, as I was saying, stressful days cutting holes. So here we go. This is again felt Reflectix pink foam insulation. There's a window here. My buddy Drew and I spent a couple hours installing this window ourselves. Turned out okay. Got this bench seat here. I'm gonna clean up underneath and then come back to you. So if you'll notice, there's a giant hole in this seat. No, this is not for going to the bathroom. I went there to Banff with a couple of my buddies, and I was concerned that I only had one seat belt up there. So I installed a couple more seat belts. This is not a professional job by any means, but those 2 seat belts come up through that hole and strap you down. And this bench is pretty well cinched down. A couple of angle brackets down there. I think there's about 8 of them holding this whole thing down. Yes, I know, not super great. Toolbox, more tools, reusable shopping bags, a little broom, things of that nature go under here. And then this is my privacy curtain. This actually does a really good job whether it's hot or cold out. Moving the passenger seat forward helps a little bit, but I've been in here on very cold days, very hot days, and I can attest that these blankets, curtains, whichever, make a meaningful difference between the living space and the cockpit. And then up here, window reflection insulation, and then this is my table. I'll show you my table real quick. And this is where I'll work sometimes. If I'm not using the table, standing desk here, standing desk there. Then we have the switch bank. This is under the garage. This is right there. This is behind us. This one was a multicolor. This was an RGB light that's broken. I need to replace this. And then this is this USB outlet. This is a 12-volt system, but turn this off, 13.3, 13.4. It's about 100% charged. Yeah. This is my remote for my heater, so I could turn it on from the van. A couple puck lights. If you want something less intense than the sun. I was pretty happy with the ceiling. The ceiling came to be maybe like $40. These planks of wood came in a pack of 6 from Home Depot for not so much. It was a pretty good deal. These are treated with like 2 coats polyurethane. Everything else except for the cabinets, I'm sorry, the countertop is raw. So it's all raw wood except for the countertops. This probably has 7 or 8 coats of polyurethane. Got some charcoal air purifiers and some big silica gel packs. These help keep the moisture and the weird smells down. Never really had a problem with that. I suspect it's because I have those. Yeah, if you've ever stayed in this with me, leave a comment. Had a lot of my friends come through the van. go to cool places with me. It's always been fun. It's a lovely little home away from home.